Thank you all. Hello. Hi, group. Glad to be here with everybody. Today, my topic is going to be transition. So we're transitioning into the time of year where this outward activity and bloom of spring manifested into all that we saw on hot St. Louis summer. And now, this time of year is about retraction, moving inward and consolidating for what's to come in winter. So if we look outside, the trees are in the process of changing. This is just beginning, and we're going to have some gorgeous foliage within the next couple of weeks here in Missouri. That process is the inward movement of a lot of the resources used in that tree that the chlorophyll production, the leaves and so forth, require that active portion in the spring and in the summer, and now it's time for that tree to go into a senescent or a resting period. The same thing happens for us in our bodies, and when we live in sync with the seasons, and we hear about eat locally, think locally, well, I'm going to talk about moving locally. So our movement patterns that we can have throughout the spring and summer where we're outside, very active, this could be running, this could be a non-negotiable thing, like a daily exercise routine. This could be a running routine, or this could be a gym routine that is a high output session. I want to talk with you about maintaining as much of that active movement as you can indoors, but also beginning something new if you haven't tried it before. So by a show of hands, I'm going to ask people to raise their hands if they've done a slow movement type therapy like yoga or Tai Chi.
Ever in our life?
Ever in your life. Awesome. Fantastic. So that's a good percentage of the group. What I want to share with you about slow movement patterns like this are they mimic positions that we have to take in activities of daily living on the regular, things we don't think about. So while strength training, which we discussed a couple months ago, and functional strength training, moving heavy objects in directions and in ways that are healthy for our body, while that's incredibly important, it's also important to be able to move slowly and with facility through motions that would be considered activities of daily living. This is the movement in between the movements we think about. So exercise like yoga or Tai Chi prepares our nervous system to move in safe ways. And this is a big focus in fall prevention. Fall prevention is not autumn prevention. But falls for the elderly are a very, very major issue. High level of morbidity is suffered if somebody does take a fall unexpectedly. And fall prevention is achieved through slow movement therapies like yoga and or Tai Chi, because when you move slowly and with intent, and these practices teach your body how to do that, the repetition of movement in this way teaches your nervous system how to sense position and then control with your muscle groups in this way. Now, without getting deep into physiology, there are two broad categories. Your muscles are categorized as either tonic muscles, and these are muscles that are meant to have tone most of the time. These are the ones that hold us upright. Good posture means our tonic muscles are in good tone and shape. And then phasic muscles. Phasic muscles fire in phases, and then they shut off. Well, the blending and the movement that's controlled by tonic muscles that stay on most of the time, and the phasic ones, which engage and disengage, can be honed through repetition. And you teach your nervous system how to control for these motions, and most importantly, you teach really tight muscles, like those hamstrings that are chronically tight. And you teach muscles like that and or muscles that are turned on too much, which would be some of your upper back muscles if you've sat in front of the computer and arched forward at all. You teach these muscles how to find a neutral position and control for slow, steady movement. So the beautiful thing is this time of year, as we see the rest of creation moving into a more of a senescent period, I want you to think about taking that yoga class, taking that Tai Chi class, a slow movement therapy. And if an intense class is too much, please know there are instructors out there that teach chair yoga classes. There are very slow flow movements. There are two types of Tai Chi, Tai Chi Cha and Tai Chi Chuan. Tai Chi Cha is very slow moving. I was in San Francisco about 3 months ago. I came across a park, and there were dozens of individuals out doing Tai Chi together in the morning. It was beautiful to see. There were over 30 people moving very slowly. There was a young kid walking by and said, "What are they doing out there?" But it's amazing when you control for your body like this, when you move like this, it adds strength and stability in ways that we can't even conceive of and helps us in between those movements that we think of as exercise. Thanks so much and be well. We'll see you next month.